A builder wanted to build a circular housing complex. So he wanted that every building in the complex should be placed in such a way that they lie on the edge of one common circle. So he already built 3 buildings, and we already know that through 3 non-collinear points there can be just one circle. So he already had one circle that passes through all the 3 buildings. So he had no compromise on that circle. The circle was fixed now. Now he needed to build another building, that is building D. Now he needed to make sure that the building D is placed in such a way that it exactly lies on the edge of the same circle. That is, all the 4 buildings should be concyclic. That is, they all lie on the same circle. So he had these 3 points already, and through these 3 points there is just one unique circle that passes. Now he needs to place building D also on the edge of that same circle. How can he do that? Well, he consulted an engineer. Well, he thought the engineer will draw a circle and then he will place that particular building exactly on the circle. But he did not do that. What did he do? Well, he measured the angle made by this line segment BC on this point A, which was 65 degrees. Now he simply calculated another point D where this line segment BC made an angle of 65 degrees, and he placed this particular building at point D, and he said that your circular housing complex is complete. Now the builder was not very confident about it because the engineer did not actually build the circle. Then how was he sure that all these points are concyclic? Well, he actually drew a circle and checked it. And what did he find? Well, he found out that actually point D was concyclic with points A, B and C. How did the engineer do that? Well, he was able to do that because there is a very important theorem of circles which enabled him to easily calculate the 4th point or the concyclic point. So what exactly is the theorem? The theorem states that if a line segment joining 2 points subtends equal angles at 2 other points lying on the same side of the line containing the segment, the 4 points lie on a circle, that is, they are concyclic. So what does this state? Well, if you have such a condition where a line segment joining 2 points, we have a line segment joining these 2 points BC, subtends equal angles at 2 other points lying on the same side of the line containing the segment. So this segment BC subtends equal angles at A and D. If this is the condition, then A, B, C, D are concyclic points. This is what this theorem states. Because A and D are points that lie on the same side of this line segment. So if a line segment subtends equal angles at 2 different points which are on the same side of the line segment, then all these 4 points will be concyclic. That is what this theorem states. Now how can we prove this? So we have this particular statement here, and what is given to us? Given is that we have a line segment BC and the points A and D are lying on the same side of this segment. As we can see, points A and D are lying on the same side of this segment BC. Now, another thing which is given is that angle BAC is equal to angle BDC. So, this line segment BC subtends equal angles at A and D. So, we have angle BAC and angle BDC. Both are equal to each other. Now, what do we need to prove? Well, we need to prove that points A, B, C and D lie on a circle. That is, they are concyclic. So, first of all, we need to perform a construction. So, if the points A, B, C and D are not concyclic, so we consider that points A, B, C and D are not concyclic. So, if we assume that, so let us assume a circle passing through three non-collinear points A, B, C and meet CD at E, so that the points A, B, C and E are concyclic. So, if D is not concyclic with A, B, C, then we consider that there is a circle which passes through A, B, C and it meets another point E which is concyclic to A, B, C. So, we have assumed that D is not concyclic. Okay. In fact, there is another point E which is concyclic to A, B and C. So, in this condition, first of all, we have angle BAC is equal to angle BDC, that is given to us. So, this angle and this angle are equal. Now, we also have angle BAC is equal to angle BEC. Now, why do I say so? Because they are angles in the same segment. So, as you can see, this angle and this angle. So, both these angles lie in this particular segment. And that's why both will have equal measure. So, angle BAC is equal to angle BEC. But now, the question is that if both the statements are true, then angle BDC will be equal to angle BEC. That is, we have BAC is equal to BDC. We also have BAC is equal to BEC. So, definitely angle BDC will be equal to angle BEC. Is this true? Is this possible? Well, angle BDC cannot be equal to angle BEC, because if you look closely, you will see that angle BEC is an external angle of triangle BDE. So, in this case, if we say that angle D, that is angle BDC, is equal to angle BEC, we are saying that external angle is equal to internal opposite angle, which is not true. External angle of a triangle is never equal to opposite interior angle. So, this assumption cannot be true. That's why we can say that it is possible only if points D and E coincide. So, this particular criteria is only possible, that is, angle BDC and angle BEC can be equal only if D and E coincide. That is, D lies on the circle. Hence, the points A, B, C and D are concyclic. So, as you can see, only if D lies on the circle, we can say that angle BAC will be equal to angle BDC. That's what we proved here. So, that exactly is our theorem. That is, if a line segment subtends equal angles at 2 points, where both the points lie on the same side of the line segment, then all these 4 points will be concyclic. That is, they will lie on the same circle. Now that you know about this theorem, can you solve this particular question? It states that triangle PQS and triangle QPR are congruent triangles. Find out whether points P, Q, R and S are concyclic. So we have this condition given that triangles PQS and QPR are congruent. Now if they are congruent, it means that all the corresponding angles will be same. So we can say that this angle and this angle will be same in both the triangles. Now if you notice, PQ is a line segment and it is the line segment PQ that is subtending an angle at R and an angle at S. So it is subtending equal angles at point R and point S, and also both R and S lie on the same side of this line segment. And we know from the theorem of circles that if a line segment subtends equal angles at 2 points on the same side of the line segment, then all the 4 points are concyclic, isn't it? So from that we can easily prove points P, Q, R and S are concyclic. And how did we solve that? Well, with the help of this theorem which we have learnt. So theorems are also very important in calculating many different problems in geometry. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all learning resources as per ICSE, CBSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures across maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubts. That's not all. You also get amazing prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.